What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican, here for the Even Phillip show. You like that drone work? That was my drone work, that intro there. I did that. That's not like some stock video from like Google. That's Abuamerican work. What's good, people? Apologies, running late here. If my secretary hadn't reminded me, I would have actually not showed up. I was like busy doing my own thing, and my secretary, Mrs. Abuamerican, was like, "Aren't you going live? Weren't you supposed to be live?" And I was like, "Oops. Yeah, you're right." I get distracted like that, guys. I go like straight brainiac on stuff, and then about to drop a project. Inshallah. Wait, what's that? What's that? You got something in my beard here? Fuzzles? Yeah, about to drop a project, inshallah. You know, I've been working on multiple projects. I got too much going on. I actually need like a ghostwriter or something. I don't know. I got to hire somebody because I just got too much going on. Anywho, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, homies. Ari and Abu Future Trunks, the man. I love that brother, Abu Future Trunks. MashaAllah. What we need to talk about today, guys. I know this is usually question days, but until the questions start pouring in, I usually have a topic. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Man, don't call me shit. I'm just the homie, bro. I'm just the homie. Barakallahu feek. What we gonna talk about today? Until the questions start pouring in. Actually, you know what? Yesterday, I didn't really get to finish talking about like the topic of like these sisters making demands and not having anything to offer. So I guess we can kind of continue there. So if you feel kind of disjointed and lost, like where I pick up off today, then look at yesterday's show and you'll have an idea where I'm at. So anyway, we were talking about how these sisters have these long list of demands, 6 foot, 6 pack, 6 figures, and all these types of things, but never can they seem to identify clearly what they bring to the table. And I was going to talk about what they can bring to the table also. But anywho, I got to the point where we started talking about like, you are the prize. And you guys have to like internalize this. Listen to me, guys. Internalize this. This ain't no fake it till you make it type of stuff. I think I said that too. Make sure you do the work. And make sure after you do the work, don't let anybody like, try and, well, be humble. Well, don't, treat yourself like the prize. And don't be ashamed. Don't be abashed. Don't be shy about it. There's a hadith about being arrogant, but what did they say? Kibr is hating the truth and loving falsehood. Okay, we got something here. Should I care when my wife is upset? Are we supposed to care about their feelings? Yeah, of course, man. She's your wife. But you have to understand the difference. And you have to learn, get to know the individual named your wife, whoever she may be. And you have to understand the difference between when she's manipulating you and when she's genuinely upset about something. And just because she's genuinely upset doesn't always mean that you got to be sorry or something like this. Now, sometimes, let me explain. You're a man on a mission, on your course and on your heading, and you want to go a certain way. You want to do things your own way. You want to marry another wife. Obviously, she's going to be upset, and you should be worried about that. You're not worried about it, but, you should be concerned for her, try and make her feel good and everything. But at the end of the day, that's your course. You know what I mean? So you care about her feelings, but at the same time, not to the point to where it's like it detracts and takes you off you or derails you from your mission and what you're supposed to be doing in life and what you want to do in life. Because if you're doing things right, I'll give you an example. Here's a really good example. I'm in this group. It's a group of minors, and guys are looking to get minors, looking to buy minors. And this guy, he bought 7 minors, and he's got them in his little apartment. And these minors, they're like shoebox minors. They're smaller than a shoebox. I think 2 of these minors could actually fit in the shoebox, but they do half decent, profits every day. So a guy buys 7. He lives in a small apartment with his girlfriend, and he says in the group, "My girlfriend is upset about my minors. She says our place is too small and they have to go." They're like literally like this big. You can stack them in a closet, on a shelf, whatever else. I got 2 on a shelf back here, 3 on a shelf back here. They're like, it's inconsequential the space they take up. They don't take up space. If they take up space in your place, like something like that big, that tall, if you stack 7 of them, it's like maybe 2 shoe boxes stacked on top of each other. Actually, 1.5. You see what I'm saying? It's not shoe boxes. It's the attention that he's giving to the minors, because minors, when you first get them set up, it takes time. It takes time to get the pool settings right. It takes time to understand what you're supposed to be doing with them, getting your power layout, all that stuff, so you don't set your house on fire. All of that stuff is taking his time and his attention. Why are you getting crashes? Why are you getting bad chairs? Is this the right pool? Why won't it connect to this pool? What port does it need to go through? Because I got like different COM ports that each like minor goes through. All that stuff you have to figure out. The issue is he's paying more attention to the minors than he is to her. So to her, all she sees is competition. It might as well be a co-wife. So her feelings, she's upset. Do you pay attention to that? Well, yeah, you're like, baby, yeah, I get it. You see, you have to understand the subtext of how women react to stuff. So when you're looking at her feelings, is this a valid feeling? No, it's not. So you don't have to validate every feeling that she throws out there. Are you mad because I'm making money with minors? Really, baby? Clown her. You can recognize that emotion and you can recognize that it's not valid. And that's what you as a man have to do. You have to recognize the difference between valid and invalid feelings, and then you act accordingly. Hopefully that's clear enough. Muslim Twitter's cancer. You know how I feel about that. Went on Muslim Twitter today and saw sisters attacking brothers for not wanting to marry women who committed zina, and pedos for wanting to marry young. For wanting to marry young. Can't even stop toxicity in Ramadan. Muslim Twitter's cancer. That's why, like, my block list on Twitter is like over 7,000 deep. I'm not even joking. I took a bot and I put that bot to, I just set it loose. It was like a pit bull in a little baby chicken farm. And I set it loose and it blocked over 7,000 people, probably 8,000 people. And guess where they're all from? Muslim Twitter. Bro, I don't deal with them crazy. I don't deal with crazy, and Muslim Twitter's full of crazy. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If your wife is upset but deals with it by going quiet and does not want to talk, how do you deal with the situation? Don't talk to her. We dudes, man. We don't want to talk anyway. What you want to talk to her for? Well, baby, tell me how you feel. And you gonna give her a back rub and like start talking about her feelings? Well, you're a dude, man. Obviously, dudes don't want to talk. You don't want to talk? Nice. The night is mine. Do what you got to do. Write your book. Do this. Do that. Work on your side hustle. It's a break. Take it and enjoy it. Give her a kiss on the forehead and thank her. So, oh, baby, you're beautiful. I love you. Mwah. She's going to be so confused. And then go handle your business and be happy. She's going to be right there in a minute like, this isn't working. I need to do something else to get his attention. She's going to be all over you, bro. But you really should be genuinely happy that she's giving you a break from her incessant. They got that Energizer bunny freaking energy, bro. She takes a break. Enjoy it. If I get married, should I set behavioral boundaries at the start of the marriage or when she slips up? At the beginning, obviously. What you don't want to do is like everything's cool and then chill, and then all of a sudden, from one moment to the next, you like turn into Mr. Dictator, hey, whoa. And then she's like, well, who the heck's this dude? And then you turn her back off. I'm not saying be a dictator, but I'm just saying it's like if you come off with like this whole setting boundaries at one point and not at the beginning, she's gonna be like, what the heck's going on here? This dude, one day you're like this, next day you're like that, and then all you're gonna do is you're gonna end up in a bunch of arguments because she's gonna start congruence testing you and to see like, who is this guy? Let me find out. And she's gonna start pressing your buttons. So, and then she's gonna start pressing your boundaries because one minute you're a nice guy, and next guy you're the boundary guy. And there's no problem with having boundaries. You can be a nice guy and and have boundaries, but it should be from the start so it's a consistent behavior and not just pop out of the blue one day to the next. How do you know when Bitcoin recovers? You predicted it would by Monday or Tuesday during the last week. Time in the game is better than wait, what was it? There was a saying. Oh, yeah, I don't know, bro. I can see patterns pretty well. I don't know why. I'm pretty good at patterns. Let me see what's going on right now with the markets. I ain't been looking at the markets today. And Bitcoin is up, my man. Check that out. Look at that. It's all green, baby. It's all green. Yeah. Handle your business, man. Yeah, bro. Watch Tokyo Crypto Show. Watch that. Really science it up, and you'll get good at predicting the markets. Bitcoin. I learned this from the crypto what is it? Crypto mindset course by Charlie over there on Tokyo Crypto Show, that Bitcoin follows a 30-day cycle. And so it's pretty easy to predict once you understand the 30-day cycle and how it works. It's pretty easy to pick up and predict what's going to happen next. Was talking to a potential spouse, and she said me not wanting her to work is controlling. Is she correct? No, she's a feminist. How's that controlling? Bro, you're offering her the life of like a 5-year-old. You can just stay at home in your pajamas all day. Even 5-year-olds got to go to kindergarten. She's got a life better than a 5-year-old. She's got a life of a toddler, and it's controlling. Dude, it's good. It's like electricity and a roof over your head with heat and free food. Controlling? I swear, wallahi, these women are confused. They're such goofballs. All right, fine. Tell her go out and work, say go out and work and, with a boss you hate or whatever else, and be mad when I marry another wife who wants to stay at home. And then me and that wife, we going to chill. She's going to chill and be happy. And when you come home and, you can talk to her and she can tell you how great her life is as a stay-at-home wife while you go out and work like a bum. Controlling. What's controlling about that? I don't understand women, man. They're goofy. I'm offer a guy like a free life to just chill, to do whatever he wants. Dude, you're going to be at home playing video games, working out, doing all sorts of stuff, chasing projects. See, that's the difference between men and women. Men, you give them a bunch of free times, they'll actually do something with it. Even if it's not constructive, they'll do something and get good at it. How many guys out there are good at Call of Duty? They'll do something with that free time and they'll get good at it. Women, it's imprisoning. Dude, see, this is why you don't listen to women, because they just goofy. They're goofy because they say goofy stuff like this. You love them to death, but you got to love them because they're goofy. And so, the moment she opens her mouth, you're like, and the goofy comes now. And then her mouth opens and boom, that goofy comes out. Bro, that's just some crazy feminist talk. No, she's not right. How's that controlling, bro? That's the good life. She's chilling. Crazy, bro. Muslim Twitter women are delusional. Absolutely, bro. I think there's a little mental illness in there mixed in with the delusion. They have tossed in the countless times and have the audacity to set demands. Yeah. They're a bit nuts. You got some questions when talking to a potential spouse, or do you just go with the flow as usual? I mean, I go with the flow, and I mean anything I want to know. The thing I don't do is I don't ask one a bunch of questions. I don't ask them a bunch of questions, because what that does is it shows you have a greater interest in her than she has in you. If she's not interested in talking to you, she's not going to ask you a bunch of questions. If she's interested in you, she's going to ask questions. Everything I want to know about her comes out in the questions she asks me. I can see where her head is at, what she's thinking, what direction she's looking at. Is she prodding me for what I want to know? What I'm looking for in a woman and all this type of stuff. She's going to ask me questions that are going to answer the questions I have. And if there's a question, just broke fast a little while ago. Excuse me, guys. If there's a question that she's not answering, or I don't find that I'm getting an answer to, then I'll lead her into that. Yeah, that's it right there. Timing the market beats timing the market. Yeah, that's it right there. Thank you, Mr. M. That's the saying right there. She said because she wants to have her own money. Okay, she wants to have her own money for what? She got a free life. Again, there's food in the fridge. The lights are on. The rent's paid. What do you need money for? You're a toddler. You are a non-pubescent toddler. What do you need money for? You want some money? Here's some money. Give her some money. What are you gonna do with it? Buy hair care products? Oh, nice. You got whatever the going Vidal Sassoon or whatever is all the fad with women nowadays in their hair and makeup and their MAC makeups and all that goofy stuff they need. Hey man, you know what? I wouldn't even mess with it, bro. Not much as an A. My man SNA is in the house. What did you miss? Not much, man. We just started off. I started off late, like a half hour late. So we're just getting started here. Yeah, she wants to have her own money. Okay, fine. Have your own money. But then maybe she's not really interested in getting married, you know? I mean, maybe she it sounds like she needs just an accessory to her life, which would be her husband, which actually she's supposed to be for you. She's supposed to be an accessory to your life, not the other way around. So it just sounds like, she's ticking boxes. Oh, I got the job. I got the degree. I got the job. Well, now I got the husband. Oh, then I'll need like 2.1 kids. And it just sounds like she's just, going down a checklist of things that she needs. And then if you deny her checklist, you're being oppressive. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. Sounds really just, yeah. So anyway, until we got more questions going in. So then, what did we cover on the last show? Sisters, bringing hoo-ha to the table isn't enough because all women bring that to the table. Okay, so now what can a woman do to bring value to a man? This is an important thing. And you see, and I'm going to give away the cheat sheets to the sisters here. To a degree, I don't think it's bad for a sister to have a degree. A lot of guys don't want women to have been to university because of the mess that goes on in universities, and that's a valid concern. But if a woman has gone to university, she studied, then she should obviously have a skill that accents your life, that enhances your life or your business or your mission. Like my wife studied media. And so she's my channel manager. She does like all my thumbnails, those cool thumbnails and all this type of stuff. All the business that I do with HNS and everything, she basically runs that. I stay up on that stuff, but she's like the go-to for that because, I'm doing other stuff. I'm focusing on the mining and I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm working and I'm, doing my shows and whatnot. So she handles all that type of stuff. So she can add value to your life if she does have a degree. Now, it's not a necessity, obviously, but this is a value that she can bring to your life. She should make your life easier and not more difficult. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Would you say it's a bad idea marrying a woman that does not consider herself a feminist but has feminist friends? I think we know from the hadith they say that a man is on the religion of his close friends. I think birds of a feather flock together, as they say. The hearts are enlisted soldiers. There's many hadith about this. People are upon the religion or upon the manhaj, the methodology of their close companions. If she's hanging around with a bunch of feminists, then she's probably a feminist. I don't think there's a way that you can come off or come away from hanging with a group of people who have a particular group of ideas without somehow having those ideas rub off on you. SNA with a $5 super chat. SNA, man, we gotta talk, man. Are you on Twitter, bro? I gotta talk to you on Twitter, man. We gotta talk. I'm gonna do something special for SNA, man. SNA looking out like always with £5 super chat. He dropping the bombs. I have zero sexual temptations. Mashallah, bro. Okay, I don't know who bought a creek. Mashallah, I'm 48, bro. You killing me. You a lot younger than me. I don't know how you do it, bro. Mashallah. As I work on myself till I hit 30, shall I reject sisters who may pull me down from my financial potential? Yeah, absolutely. You have to look at like the mentality of the woman that you mess with also. And this is why I made the vetting guide, to basically help guys filter out women. Because what happens, and I talk about this in the vetting guide, is that guys will have a laundry list of stuff they want for women, sort of like women do. Guys are like, yeah, she got to be like this, she got to do this, she got to do this, blah, 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 blah. She's got to be blah, blah. And in the moment a sister shows up or a woman shows up, she got a pretty face and like a big butt, and the dude's like, oh my gosh, oh Akbar. And then boom, the list goes out the window. Dude forgets everything and the thirst kills him. So, and then his list might actually be quite good. It might be a little bit excessive, and guys are generally going to drop their massive list of like requirements as a sister comes along who shows interest. But in general, it's good to, have a very good general outline and understanding of what you want in a woman, starting with the religion, inshallah. And yeah. So you want to avoid sisters that don't have like, they're clueless. Example. No, clueless is the wrong term. Delusional. That was the term that we used earlier. Delusional. Delusional sisters you want to avoid. What is a delusional sister? A delusional sister is that sister who believes that you, SNA, at your age, which I believe is your early 20s, should be in the position of her father and should provide for her the lifestyle that her father can provide her, even though her father's been working like 30 years, longer than you've been alive. 40 years her dad's been working to provide for her the life she understands and knows today. A woman like that is going to financially break you. A woman like that is not going to have an understanding for the financial struggles and what it takes for you to actually build wealth and to build, a livable, decent lifestyle, not just for the now, but for the prolonged, future of you and your family. So, yeah, you should definitely, without question, avoid those delusional type of sisters who have these delusional type of like ideas and concepts that you're supposed to be on par with their parents. Well, I don't have to lower my standards. I'll leave my house and go to okay. Well, then fine. Go marry a guy your dad's age, because that's the guy that's going to be able to provide you the life that you want. And if you end up with a sister like that, and if you go for a sister like that, what she's going to do? She's going to break you, trying to make you build the life that her dad has now. You're just going to end up with a bunch of debt, a bunch of or you're always going to have an empty bank account if you don't end up in debt, because you're just going to take everything and then spend it on something ephemeral that doesn't make you money in the future, but something that depreciates over time. Like, we need matching, curtains for the sofa that we just bought. Obviously those curtains are going to be like several £100, Oh, well, we got the curtains. Well, now we need the new blah, blah, blah. And when you get the new blah, 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 you're going to need the new kitchen. And the kitchen is going to need a new floor. And you know what I'm saying, bro? So yeah, avoid them at all costs, inshallah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What are the characteristics and attributes of an ideal spouse? Bro, you start with a religion. Start with the hadith. And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he talks about this. Women are married for 4. Look at the characteristics from the sunnah. That's where you start at, because if a woman is upon the book and the sunnah, if she's practicing a religion, then everything else is going to fall into place. Unfortunately, the problem is in this 21st century, everybody's struggling with this. So, but start there, inshallah. Should we talk to hijabis that wear makeup? How much makeup are we talking here? Some women, they just overdo it. It's just like, you look at me like, it's like, man, we take you to police lineup so they could just take the criminals and put their fingerprints with her makeup. How much makeup we talking? There's overkill and there's reasonable amounts. Them overkill sisters, man, I don't like that stuff, man. I really don't like it. I tell them that too. I say, man, we put you on police lineup, man. Them criminals just come over and put them on your forehead and they can put their fingerprints down. I don't like all that makeup, man. Me, it's a negative on my part. It's not something I enjoy looking at. It's just like, what's wrong with your face that you got to cover it and all that stuff? Are you really that ugly that you need? That's what I'm thinking. Like, is it really that bad? Are you really that horrid that you need to put on that much makeup? There's reasonable amounts of makeup and then there's too much makeup. So it depends. That's subjective. It depends on what you consider to be makeup, because there's a lot and there's a little bit, So, yeah. What would you say to a man that relies fully on his wife on nearly everything, groceries, etc., while he gets government aid and works on the side while making big money, not officially and is stingy? So wait, he's making big money on the side, but he's being taken care of by his wife? Here we go. And is stingy. Pays everything with the government aid money, and his working money that he earns keeps only for himself and doesn't give a dime from that working money to his wife and children. Sounds like this dude don't need to be married. Sounds like he needs sounds like he's building for something, Sounds like he's trying to accomplish something with his money. And so maybe he should focus on his goals instead of being married. But now he's got a kid. So I'd say stop being stingy with your family. This is not like the way that we've been commanded in the book of the Sunnah. The obligation is for the man to take care of his family. If you're not willing to take care of a family, why do you have one? because it's your obligation Islamically. So, it's a bit strange. What do I say to him? I said, bro, get your stuff together, man. You making big money, man. Be big money. What you making all that money for? If you get married and you got kids and you making big money, who's better to spend it on than your people? As long as there are people who appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? If they, especially your kids generally don't, they don't really care about money, but you keep them happy, keep them blinged out, some nice clothes and whatever, so nice shoes and whatever else. You take them nice places, whatever, do that for your kids. Why would you not spend on your kids? It's your kids. You might die tomorrow, walk outside, get hit by a mail truck. Bang! You get hit by the mail truck and then the cookie truck drives over you right after that. And all they're going to remember is that stingy dude is gone. That stingy broke dude. Dang, finally. All your kids going to be thinking is all the snacks are finally mine. My dad ain't eating my snacks. You want to create memories with your family that aren't financial, but finances help create better memories because then you can go places, do things, whatever else, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying spend all your money and blow all your cash, but dang, what you stacking all that cash for if you got a family, you know what I'm saying, and you're not willing to spend a little bit on them? I stack cash, but I spend on my family also. We enjoy ourselves. We have fun. We got a lot of memories. That's why my Instagram, my official Instagram, looks so nice because I do stuff with my people. What am I going to get all this money for then? I'm just going to stack it up and do nothing with it? Yes, money. It is stacked. What? Man, I'm trying to live. I want my kids to live. And they need to see that. They need to see that, okay, this is why Pops be doing what he does. This is why Pops be like live. This is why Pops be going to work. That's why he does this. So we can have nice stuff and do nice things. If I'm just Mr. Miserly Stingy dude and I'm doing all this stuff, what are they going to think about me? It's like, why would I want to be like that guy? Guys don't know how to be the heroes of their family. You know what I'm saying? It's getting warm in here. That miner is pumping out a bunch of heat and I got all the windows closed. I'm sweating. I got like new miners back there, and them things pump out heat. Ooh, I should open a window. Taj, yeah, with the good statements all the time. You know what, man? This is dude, just a quick thing. He says, bro, I keep on commenting and asking questions, and YouTube keeps removing by saying the word nagging. Yeah, a lot of dudes drop comments on my videos afterwards. And I'd say about no, I'm not even joking. I'd say about 60% of the comments that go under my videos don't even get posted. People think I delete their video, their comments under my videos. I don't delete them. YouTube doesn't even post them. YouTube's like robot algorithms. They're vicious, man. They're just so, oh, hold on, there's something Muslim out here. What's she talking about? He said I deleted my Twitter due to Muslim Twitter. Yeah, Muslim Twitter. They tried to drive me off. I just went to war with them. She said, so Muslima says, living in a world where there aren't too many masculine, pious men, would you say I, as a woman, should just settle for whatever lower expectations, settle for whatever / lower my expectations or have faith in Allah? And then she said something else here. Okay. No. There's a lot to unpack here. Look, if you're young, and when I say young, I mean between 18 to say 26. You're in your prime years to score a high value dude, but that has to be your priority. And I made a video talking about this, and I use coffee beans as an example, and how sisters are doing everything backwards. It's they're using their prime years to score the top level man they can get to go to university and just do goofy stuff so you can end up in the work world, just serving TED, in accounting or HR, instead of getting Joe Ahmed, Mr. Bling Bling, good religion, good dean, instead of finding that guy, you spent 4 years studying to go work 4 more years for Carl over in whatever department. Your youth and beauty should be spent trying to find the top tier man, because you know what all men are looking for, and all age groups, they're looking for young women. From the older guys to the younger guys, they all want that age range of woman. 18 to like 26, 27. All guys want that. If he's 50, if he's 60, if he's 90, or if he's 18, they all want that. And if you're in that range, you need to capitalize on that as a woman. So bam, you get the guy. All your priority is securing that relationship and making it sure it stays whole and stays intact. That's your whole job. Now you get some kids. The kids start growing up. They start going to school. You can go to university. You're already by then. So let's say you start that up, you're 20. By the time your kids are 6, you're 26. 4 years of school, you're 30. You can enter into the work world if that's your whole sole desire. I don't know why women want to go into the work world. It sucks. And guys have been trying to protect women from that for forever. But you have some kids. By the time they're 6, they're going to school. There's a schedule. You can start studying. You can start going part-time, university, whatever else. You can finish a degree within the 4 years, even while having a kid. And then you can enter into the work world and start your career all the way up until you're 60, retirement age, 60, whatever it is. That's a whole 30 years of the workforce. And you still got everything you wanted. So when you get older and your youth and your beauty is leaving you and guys become less interested, and don't let anybody lie to you, sister. Yes, you can get married, but the guys you want are not going to be there when you're in your 30s. When you're hitting 28, 29, whatever else, Joe Ahmed, Mr. Bling Bling, good religion, good money, you know what? He doesn't need to chase after a 30-year-old sister because he's got 18-year-old to 24-year-old sisters chasing after him. And whether we like to hear these facts or not, sister, you know who he's going to go for? He's going to be like, well, we got a 30-year-old sister here with a degree and expectations that she's my equal. And the 18-year-old over here that just like wants to be with me and thinks I'm the absolute man. Is that even an option? What do you think he's going to pick? He's going to pick the 18-year-old. He's going to pick the 18 to 20-something-year-old who doesn't have like a whole bunch of expectations that came from the work world, work life, watching other dudes, other relationships, this, that, the other type of stuff. She's coming fresh out of school, and all she knows is Ahmed has got his religion good. Ahmed is driving that C63 AMG. He's driving that Lambo. He's driving that GTR R32, R34, R36, whatever the latest version is. That's all she's going to see. And she's going to be like, woo. And then the older sisters, and they like to think they don't do it, but I haven't met one that doesn't do it. They're like, well, I'm not attracted to all that stuff. It's all whatever. It's all, monetary. It's just superficial. So don't be that sister. If you're young, get that dude right now. Find that dude. Hound your dad, hound your brother, whoever's your wali, and be like, look, this is the dude I want. Go find him. He's out there. But the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. So, and then here's the thing. When you're young, even if you don't find that guy, you want this guy up here. If you lower your expectations, he should still be up there. He shouldn't be down here, because you're young. And so you can get what you want. So, and that's why I'm here telling guys right now, be that guy, because there's sisters out there like you looking for that guy. Listen, guys, this is a very good lesson. They're looking for the guy I'm telling you to be. Be that guy. That's all I've been telling guys forever. And imagine Muslim Twitter tried to attack me for that. And here the sister is saying it. I want a masculine dude, that's on his stuff. He's on his religion. He's on his money. He's on his mission. Ready to lead and take charge of a family. And dudes hate me for that. So I hope that answered your question, sister. There's a bunch of questions and I'm like, ooh. Mr. M, how do you tell the body count of a sister? Doesn't matter about her past, previous relationship, sexual or not. How do you bring up the topic? This is very touchy. You don't really. You don't know. You just have to look at her behaviors, her mannerisms, and see if she's got like hotels. She's got not hotels as in hotels, like a hotel you sleep in. Hope she wasn't sleeping in hotels as a hoe, but if she has hotels as in terms of like, the behaviors of, a woman who's been around and promiscuous, because Islamically, it's not permitted to ask a person about their sins. So there's no way you can permissibly go digging and rooting around in that, in that section. You're just going to have to look for the behaviors. You're going to have to do background checks on her, find out who her friends are. Remember we were talking about earlier, birds of her feathers flock together. She hangs with a bunch of hoes. You know what I mean? So this type of stuff, but outright asking Islamically, I don't know that that's permissible. You're not supposed to ask a person about your sins. They're not supposed to ask you about your sins, and you're not supposed to ask other people about their sins. And you're not supposed to expose your sins anyway. You know, you're not supposed to. So, you know, you just got to look for the signs. If a wife is constantly nagging her husband, how should he react, and what should he do? My mom nags me sometimes, and it gets to me. I'm not trying to intentionally marry someone that yaps all the time. It's your mom. It's a little bit different, I think, bro. I don't know if you could use that as an example. I don't know if that's a good example, bro. I mean, your mom's your mom, dude. If she want to nag, then that's your mom, bro. You just got to take that, man. Yeah, she got the rights over you, man. Your mom's got hock over you. So if she's nagging because you ain't doing something she wants you to do, then you just got to eat that sandwich, bro. No, that's not a good comparison. In terms of a wife, there's something else wrong. But your mom, she's looking down. You are her son, so she's looking at you from a position of authority. Over you as your mother. But a wife, there's something wrong. She's nagging all the time. Then you need to look and find out what the problems are if your wife is actually nagging you. But your mom is a completely different story.
Like that's the point.
Technically, the government takes care of his family. He has a very obedient wife, but is so stingy. The thing is, he only spends money that the government gives him. I think my statement still stands, bro. It doesn't change anything. It's like, why take government money anyway? We know from the Sunnah that the upper hand is better than the lower hand. That means the hand that gives is better than the hand receives, bro. Just following Islam solves the problems right there. So yeah. Let me see. Marlon Alvarado, as you may already know, I am not Muslim. What introductory level books would you recommend to read to know more about the religion, aside from the Quran itself? Oh, that's a good one. I haven't looked at like many Dawah books recently. There are so many. I don't know where you're located, Alvin. If you're in London, there's like Dawah stalls that are all over London. Dawah. They put Dawah stalls up all over London, like every weekend. Like this weekend, they will put up Dawah stalls, and you can get pamphlets and whatever else that are really good. They'll give like booklets and whatnot that you can read. Otherwise, I would say look at. I'll type it out here. Hold on. Oops. Oh, you know what? I'll give you this website. Go to this website. 1 second. Let me go down here.
Start from
Spubs.com, and they have a section for non-Muslims. They have a section. When you go to the page, it actually starts off and it asks you, it doesn't ask you. It's like, I'm Muslim, I'm not Muslim, I'm trying to learn about Islam, this, that, the other. And it has a whole list, and you can click on the section that applies to you. There's a section there that is for non-Muslims looking to learn about Islam. Check that site out, bro.
The names of Allah.
Yeah, but we're talking. Yeah, but I think that's a little bit too. That's premature. Okay, sorry, I'm going. I'm about to graduate high school. Not planning on going to college. I want to be a stay-at-home. I guess wife is what you meant. So I'm young, but unfortunately, the whole process is harder since I have to pick someone from my culture. So definitely Southeast Asian. Probably Bengali or something like this, Pakistani, Indian. Yeah, I hear you, sister. The rule still applies. It's good that you got your head on this right now at such an earlier age. At your age, just coming up out of high school, meaning, I don't know, maybe if you're in the United States, that's 18. I think in the UK, that would be around like 16, 17. Then you're in the prime age to get the guy that you want. Just take care of your weight, be attractive. Don't be how do I want to say this? Don't be someone that's a guy can run over, but at the same time, be like super cordial and like pro-cooperative, but understand when like someone's taking advantage of that. And sister, you're gonna kill it. You're gonna kill it. You're in prime age. Dudes right now, they're probably, if you had an inbox on YouTube, dudes would be in it right now. My wife's laughing. She's like, yeah. This, you're in your prime, sister. So I would say take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And be serious. And when I say be serious, I mean, like, what happens to a lot of sisters is they start getting a lot of attention, and that becomes addictive. And then the idea of actually settling down after, like, the idea of like, wow, there's so many guys out here, then you end up not being able to choose because, I always give the example of the cereal aisle in a U.S. shopping center. Go to a U.S. shopping center. You will walk a near football field long aisle of cereal on both sides, and it's like the choices are so ridiculous. You end up walking out of the aisle without anything because you just can't stand there looking at like all the cereal like, they got that flavor cereal? What? Then you end up with a shopping cart full of cereal and you got to put it all back because it's like, well, I ain't got no space for my steaks. So don't let that be you, sister. You know what I'm saying? Find a guy, make your choice, and then go with it. When I say find a guy, have your Wally, choose, because men understand men better than women do. As we
pick the best from the best, she has the potential.
As we say, as we used to say in the military, you ain't nothing slick to a can of oil. So men can't get past men with BS, but they're really good at getting past, women, because some of the dudes figure that stuff out. So you're in your prime age, sister, take advantage of it, inshallah. How can you tell a woman isn't just marrying you for the passport, living in the West, and they are raised in underdeveloped Asia? Also, would it be wise to bring them over to the West to settle there? That's an easy one, man. Come on, bro. Just when you meet the sister, say, hey, you know what? I want you to stay here, and then I'll come back every other month and stay for like a month. Just say something out there that gives her the idea that she's not going to go to the West, and see how long she remains interested in the relationship. That's an easy one, bro. I know brothers, they do that in Morocco. They go to Morocco and they're like, yeah, I plan on moving down here. And then they're like, sisters disappear on dudes. Like, oh, he goes to Morocco, meets 5 sisters, tells 5 sisters he wants to stay in Morocco. I'll get a place down here, whatever else. And like 90% of them disappear. So just pull a test like that, bro. Tell them, hey, we're going to stay here. I got an online business. I got an online gig where I'm stacking some cash and I'm going to stay out here and I'm going to do my online business. I can work for, it's remote office. I can work from anywhere in the world. I'm not saying lie, but, you figure something out that's truthful that implies that, she's not going to leave that country, and see how interested she remains. It's an easy one. Okay, Mr. Alvarado, here we go. Umar Quinn has an amazing book, Clear, Concise Information of Islam for the Newly Practicing Muslim and the New Muslim. So, I don't know where you can get that book, but maybe Abu Future Trunks can help you out, find out where to get that book, and then boom, there you go, right there. And I trust Abu Future Trunks. He's in my men's community, good dude, inshallah. So if he's recommending it, then khalas, go for it. If a sister that doesn't wear hijab wants you, how would you suggest her to wear hijab and niqab? If she wants you, she'll do whatever you want, including tie your shoes. So she didn't catch that. What? I said this question. He said, if a sister that doesn't wear hijab wants you, how would you suggest her to wear hijab / niqab? I said, if a sister wants you, she'll do what you want, including tie your shoes. She'll do anything for you, bro. If she really wants you, she'll do whatever you want. She should do it for the sake of Allah, obviously, but without your order anyway. Yeah, if she knows you want it and she wants you, she'll do whatever you want. So directly state it, directly imply it. It's like, or imply, say, the girl, I'm picturing myself with a woman that, she's hijabby, this, that, the other, and guess what she's gonna start doing if she really wants you? She really wants you. She's gonna show up one day with a hijab because she wants to be the woman that you want. So there you go. I am sorry, Durangi. Alvarado, man, I'm not a fan of Dr. Zayak Nakir or whatever his name, Zakir Naik. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that guy. Go to the website I gave you, bro, please. Durangi, I know that's your man, but I'm Salafi, bro. So we threw him under a bus a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Mighty Zane. Said I was born and raised in the U.S., but my family is really strict and won't allow me. Don't want me marrying. Okay, yeah, sister, your grammar. You know I'm an English teacher. Geez, y'all are killing me. Mashallah. Give me conniption fits here. I'm like, what the heck? You break out my red ink pen in a minute. Really want me marrying anyone from the West. Still advice applies. Thank you. Yeah, inshallah, I understand. That's why I said, I kind of guessed where your culture was from. I've heard this before, especially in London. Do you believe a major factor that has caused such an off balance in the world is the lack of religious beliefs and proper values? Yes, absolutely. I mean, what we're looking at now is, here's the thing. Oh, do I want to get this video demonetized? Oh, gosh. Okay, let me try and find a very smooth way of saying this. Yes. People have left morals and ethics, and they're literally using the animal kingdom as a comparative for human behavior. When we talk about the people who like people of similar and same genders, and there's only two of those, they say, yes, in the animal kingdom there are so and so many male dogs that like male dogs. And it's like, really? So you just boiling human behavior down to like dogs now. Y'all are just like, you're comparable to dogs, you animals. Because dogs don't think about religion. Right? I mean, come on. Obviously, if you're going to like boil humans down to like just basic, biological animals and creatures and whatever else and nothing more, then what else are you going to be left with? You're going to be left with nothing but pure basic animal instinct and behaviors, biological imperatives, and then no morality to guide them. So what are you going to have? You're going to have a bunch of intelligent savages. And that's what we see our society is turning into. Tell me it's not turning into a bunch of savages. Tell me it's not happening. Take a look around at the rainbow people. People, they feel out of place in their natural body and therefore mutilated to try and act like a gender they're not. What is this? You know what it is? It's a lack of guidance. It's just people doing whatever they want. Just whatever they want without guidance, and we see what happens when people, just read the Quran. We always got to bring this back to the book of the Sunnah. What did Iblis, La'nat alayk, may Allah's curse be upon him. What did Iblis say to Allah when Allah told him to leave Jannah? When Allah said, get down from here. He said, verily, I will misguide your servants. He said, I'll attack them from the left and the right, the front and the back. He said, I'll attack them from every side. I'll misguide those except for those who you provide guidance to. So the Iblis said, tell me we don't see some shayateen type of behaviors in humans today. Tell me you're not seeing it. So without divine guidance, people are just victims to the shayateen. They're just victims to the devils. And they're just out here doing whatever. And then you tell them, oh, yeah, waswasa. You tell them about waswasa, the whispers of the shaitan. You, what do they call you? Superstitious kook. You believe in the devil. And then you got people out here doing the wildest stuff that don't make any dang sense. Look at that guy. What's this guy's name? The Satan shoe guy. What's that guy's name? The guy with the Satan shoes. Little Nas. What is that? Tell me that isn't some just direct, outright, clear people are on some shayateen type devilish behavior. Yeah, without guidance, bro, society is lost. Absolutely. When you have a child with your wife, many men take turns waking up at night to attend to the baby crying. Is that beta? I don't know if it's beta, but it's kind of crazy. I work. What, these dudes don't work? Everybody just stay at home? Everybody just getting like social welfare or something? Mom and dad? Makes sense if you a bum and you ain't like working, fine. But I got to get up in the morning. I got to go to work. I'm not getting up in the morning, going to work. I send my wife to work. I got up last night, and that was my night to get up. Today, you go to work. You are the P&P. You're the project manager on the construction site today. Yeah, I bet you give her like 3 days of that. She's going to be like, you know what? I'm going to get up. No, don't worry about it, baby. You just stay asleep. No. I don't know if it's beta, but it's goofy. I'm not getting up in the night. I got to go to work, dude. So, no. Have you ever experienced a woman who wanted to marry you, get a child from you, and then want to divorce so she can drain your money? And what are the red flags for women like this? I've never had that happen to me, but I did have a woman who just married me so she could get a kid from me. She just wanted the good genetics. She pulled it pretty slick. I got to give it to her. We got a beautiful kid together too. Mashallah. That kid is mashallah. She is beautiful. Yeah, she just wanted the good DNA. But alhamdulillah, mom had good DNA too. So it turned out to be a really good looking kid. Mashallah. Allahumma barak fi. She's a beautiful little girl too. She's in London. Yeah. Well, what are red flags for that? I mean, this goes back to what that brother was asking. What's the SNA was asking? You gotta look out for the telltale signs of these type of behaviors. Sisters that are only looking for like monetary type of things. She's gonna start off like with very monetary, like materialistic type of requirements. And obviously, you need to provide as a Muslim husband. But if you're looking to get married, you should be able to provide. And so, but she's gonna go OTT with that stuff. In my humble estimation, that's gonna be her primary focus. I mean, that's an easy one to spot in terms of like, initially. But, a lot of these women are really slick and they hide that stuff. So, yeah. Bro, he's made a lot of goofy statements. I can bring you a lot of stuff. But this is why people hate Salafis. Because then you got these, what do you call it? These celebrity da'is, and then people love them because they're celebrities. But then they start saying stuff that opposes the book and the sunnah and it opposes the aqidah of Ahlus Sunnah. And the aqidah of the Messenger of Allah, peace be upon him. And then, he gets refuted by the Salafis, and people hate the Salafis because we call them out on it. Dr. Zaid Nakir, he said a lot of stuff that opposes the aqidah of Ahlus Sunnah. And there's a lot of information out there on it, He's talking about, Allah can't do anything. He literally said that. It's like, Allahu Akbar. What are you talking about? Allah says kun fayakun, be and it is so. Allah could just say a word and it is so. Dr. Zak Naik here, that Zach, whatever his name is, says no, Allah can't do anything. And Allah says in the Quran, all I have to do is say a word and it is so. So what is he doubting the quwwah, the power of Allah? He's got issues, man. And he's made a lot of statements like this, not just one or two. He's made a lot of statements like this. That are very dangerous. That's a statement that opposes the aqidah, the creed. Because when we look at the asma wa sifat of Allah, when we look at the names and the attributes of Allah, the mighty sublime, the mighty and the sublime, the all-powerful, all of his names, when he just makes a statement like that on its own, which he never retracted, it opposes the asma wa sifat of Allah. So now what are we going to do? Are we going to accept the asma wa sifat of Allah that was sent down by Allah to his messenger, or are we going to accept the statement of Zaid Nakir or whatever? I can never say his name right. Zakir Naik. Are we going to accept his statement, or are we going to accept the statement of Allah and his messenger? And remember, Zakir Naik never retracted these statements. So, and he made a lot of statements like this, not just one or two. It's not just like, some fluke. The guy made a lot of mistakes. This is why I stay out of dawah. This is why I don't do dawah, because it's dangerous. You end up, I already talk too much. Speech is part of your deeds. It's part of your deeds that you're held to account for. I already talk too much with this whole channel. So now I start talking about Allah and his messenger, and I just start throwing stuff out there and making mistakes. Allah, wow. And I post every day on Twitter the durus that I'm listening to. And I was just posted one about speaking about Allah and his religion without knowledge. And bro, this is why you got to be careful who you take from and, talking about Allah and his messenger without knowledge. It's very dangerous, man. It's very dangerous. And he made a lot of mistakes. So I'm not really a big fan of him. I don't hate the dude, but I don't think people should be taking from him until he studies more and studies deeper and harder and retracts some of the statements that he's made. A lot of the statements he's made that have, Yeah, there you go, right here. Here you go, right here. Here you go, right here. Zakir Naik said, if you call upon Ganesh, you're practically calling upon Allah, because Ganesh is also viewed as the Almighty Creator. Allahu Akbar. That's shirk. That's shirk al-akbar right there. He's encouraging people to have ideas of shirk. What does Allah say is the one thing he'll never forgive? Shirk. Dude, there's fornication, there's riba, there's murder, there's drinking khamr, there's eating pork, all these major sins. And Allah said he will forgive everything except shirk. You know what that statement is right there? That's a statement of shirk. Calling upon others alongside of Allah. Shirk. That's Allahu Akbar, bro. I didn't become Muslim to be, throwing myself down a pit of fire. I ain't don't listen to that, dude. That right there should be enough for you. If you understand the aqidah, the creed of Islam, that statement right there should be enough to like put you off that dude like forever, inshallah. Yeah. And we make dua for him. He's our brother as far as we know. We think he, we give him, we have some husnul done for him. He ascribes himself to Islam. Maybe he's mistaken. He's speaking out of ignorance, We make dua for him for his guidance and our guidance, inshallah. But, in terms of taking knowledge from him, I wouldn't do it. Inshallah. I wouldn't do it. Is it okay to be blunt to a sister in her DMs if you want to marry her? Sometimes sisters want to get to know you, which is waste of time, especially if there's no wali. Yeah, this is the thing. This is like an imitation of non-Muslims in terms of like a lot of sisters want to get to know you and like, they want the Cinderella complex. There's not a woman on earth that doesn't have a Cinderella complex. She wants that Cinderella story. The sisters want it too. But that Cinderella story in Islam starts after the marriage, not before it. And so that whole like get to know you, chat it up and all that type of stuff, you really shouldn't be doing that. No, just be blunt. Say, hey, look, sister, I'm really digging you. Maybe I should talk to your wali. Let's talk about getting married. What are we doing here? Where's this going to go? I'm going to talk to you for 3 months until it gets boring. And then we're like, zero commitment. That's why they do it, because there's zero commitment to it. But when you get married and that hoo-ha's on the line, now the whole dynamic changes. Now she has to be invested. But like this, she could talk to 18 dudes, not be invested. What's she getting? She's getting what she wants the most, time and attention, and she sacrifices nothing. You, on the other hand, you're sacrificing your time and you're giving your attention away, and it's just cheapening your attention. So I wouldn't do it. Be direct. So I ain't trying to play around. What are we doing here? I'm just going to chat. What am I going to chat to you about? I like cryptocurrency, motorcycles, and drones. You really want to talk to me about all that? Because I'm not trying to talk to you about girl stuff. We ain't homies. Okay? You're not my friend. Okay? I'm not your friend. I always tell women that. I'm not your friend. Don't come over here talking to me unless we talk about marriage. That's what I say. I'm direct with that stuff. I'm like, I'm talking to you because we supposed to be trying to get married. Don't come over here talking some goofy stuff like we homies or something. I got homies for that. How long is it natural to wait until you get married? Some brothers set up everything after a month of chatting to marry. Seems too short. No, it's not too short. Courting starts after marriage. Islamically, you should get married as quickly as possible. How many times we've seen people, they got this courtship process. I've seen this in like the Middle East, I think it is. And then, they're courting the girl, and this is with the approval of the family for like 2-3 years. And they're smashing basically because they're talking to each other for 3 years. What do you think's going to happen? And then when something comes up and then they end up not getting married, and then it's like, well, this is awkward. Now we've seen each other's private parts and we're not getting married because some crazy fluke. Get married as soon as possible. Brother, I'm getting married to a second wife this week. What is the best contraception to avoid kids for a while? You have to read the fatwa on contraception, bro. I don't think there's a difference opinion on this as to whether or not contraception is impermissible or not. If your wife wants children, whether you've been married a day or a year or 10 years, if she wants children, it's her haq, it's her right. And you're not allowed to deny her. If you both agree that you don't want children, they're still questionable and doubtful as to whether or not it's permissible to take contraceptives. You need to look at the fatwa on it. As far as I know, it's not permissible without some very compelling reasons. And Allah knows best. I wouldn't mess with it. If she wants children, it's her haq, it's her right. You can't deny it to her. Oops. Yes, they are true. They're documented. They're well documented. You can come right here on YouTube and you can literally hear him speaking these words real time on a video, and then a brother pausing the video and explaining why his statements are incorrect. They are not unsubstantiated. They're well documented. You should do your research. This is what I'm talking about when I said earlier, celebrity dies. People love these dudes. And then when you come with the truth that they don't like about them, they go into full denial mode. And you can literally look this up today on YouTube, what we're watching right now and what I'm on right now, and you can find these statements from the doctor himself. Why are you in denial? Why are you in denial and delusional about this? You know why? Because you love that man more than you love the truth. This is the kibber. This is the pride that the messenger of Allah, peace be upon him, spoke about. Loving the truth and hating the truth and loving falsehood is kibber. That is kibber. Just look it up, bro. Just go right here on YouTube and look up his refutations, and you can find them. This is easy. What up, Mr. Puppy Love? I'm looking to become more proficient in public speaking. Do you have any insight on how I could become proficient in public speaking? Speak publicly. It's pretty easy, bro. Go out and speak publicly. I wasn't always like a guy like this that was like outward and like always talking, this type of thing. It took practice, took time. You got to overcome like your nervousness and all this type of stuff, dry mouth. I actually started teaching. I had to because I started teaching. So, when I became a teacher, you had no choice but to become a public speaker, both in front of children and adults. You got to get rid of that nervousness. It has to. So, yeah. It is what it is. Yeah, I know. The fanboys, they refuse to see the truth. And you can literally look up the statements of this dude and, you can find where he's made the mistakes. Nobody hates the guy, and if you do hate him, you hate him for the sake of Allah. But, his statements are incorrect. And people are out here and they love him more than they love the truth. And that's the problem with these guys, these celebrity lovers, these celebrity da'i, fanboys. They love their celebrities more than they love Allah and the messenger and the truth that they came with. Think about that. If they refuse to accept that these men are making statements that are in opposition to the book and the sunnah, you can look up these statements that they're making real time on YouTube and watch them say it with their mouths and then see a brother explain why their statements are incorrect. And then they're still in denial and they still want to argue about it. That's a person who loves that da'i more than he loves the truth. And who brought the truth? Allah and his messenger. So what do? They love Zakir Naik more than they love Allah and his messenger. It's just reality. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. DS, whatever. Which advice would you give to sons who start getting treated weirdly by their family when they become more practicing, perhaps for keeping the beard and etc.? Welcome to the path of the Anbiya. Welcome to the path of the Anbiya. Welcome to the path of the messengers and the prophets and the messengers. The prophets and the messengers were always hated by their people. They say that one of the signs of the truth, and I can't remember, I think it was one of our ulama said that one of the signs of being of the people of the truth is the people start to despise you for it. And that's because it has always been the case that the majority of people have hated the people who are upon goodness, and the people who are upon goodness are always the minority. They've always been the minority. Every single generation. Look at any prophet, look at any messenger, the vast majority of their people hated them. And that's what the truth does. It makes people hate you. So welcome to the path of the messengers and the prophets. Who? Which one? Oh, I don't know who it is. I haven't gotten that far down yet. Yeah, I will. He said 0 commitment, 100% attention. Yes, exactly. That's what happens when you're in here chatting with these sisters. 0 commitment, 100% intention. It's great for her. Mm-hmm. Wraith in the house, yes, indeed. There we go. MashaAllah. I love you, but the truth is more beloved to me. Barakallahu feek. What's up, Brotherhood Grind, man? It's all good, man. How you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. DSM, listen, bro. You say, bro, I always look for excuses for our Muslim brothers and sisters, regardless, as it is the sunnah of our Nabi. You look for excuses, but here's the thing. It's different when the person isn't. See, now I'm going to teach you Salafiyya here, guys. Now we're going into deep Salafiyya lessons here. It's different when the person is a public speaker and he's teaching people the religion. He's teaching people the religion and he's teaching people falsehood. It is obligatory for someone from amongst the scholars, and many have refuted him, to refute him. And now we're like in a micro level. So the macro level has been done. Our ulama, our da'is, our students of knowledge have refuted him. Now we're on a micro level. You've come to my channel, someone suggested him, and maybe people don't know the ruling. So I'm telling them, don't go to that guy for knowledge on Islam, because he's teaching people shirk. He's teaching you. We saw the statement that he's made. He's made several statements. You just got to go look it up. I can't excuse that. How do I excuse that? He's teaching people incorrect knowledge when it comes down to Islam. How do you not say something about that? He's teaching shirk. DSM, what are you talking about? Bro, wallahi, you come to my house, I'll punch you in the face. What are you talking about? He's teaching shirk. If I get mad about anything, it's for the sake of Allah. Bro, I kick you in the chin right now. He's teaching shirk. What are you talking about? Wallahi, you need a kick in the sack, bro. Wallahi, you need to get kicked in the leg, or just right between the legs, so you shut your face. You know, I'm blocking you, man. You making me mad for the sake of Allah. I'm just blocking you. Don't come back to my channel, you shirky jerk. Allahu Akbar. The dude made me mad. He made me want to punch him. They're all gone. He's deleted. Excuse me, people. Woosah. Need to calm down. That dude made me mad, man. Allahu Akbar. Ooh, you got me sweating in here. It's not even the minors this time. Whew. Excuse me. I'm in my 20s. My hairline is receding badly. When and how did you call it a day with your hair? I wear hats even indoors. You know what? My grandfather is white. He's literally a white Scottish guy, and so I got that white guy, balding here. I just shave it all off, bro. When I noticed that, it was like, I was like, okay, something's wrong here. It's like, I'm gonna have like that hairline, I was like, nah, homie. I just started shaving it. You just got to know when it looks better on you. Get a big beard, shave your head bald. It looks great, man. So yeah. Yes, he's in a cult. This dude is in a cult. That's why he's blocked from this channel for good. He's gone forever. He can't come back talking that crazy stuff. If he loved Zakir Naik, he would write the man an email, call him, text him, whatever else, and tell him, look, bro, you're wrong. If he loved him, if he loved that man as much, then he would call him to the truth. What did you miss? Some dude trying to defend Zakir Naik up here. I just banned him for life. Okay, we got hour 13 minutes in. So what were we talking about? We were talking about women bringing value to your life. So when a way a woman can bring value to your life is to actually like use her skills and her abilities to actually make your mission easier on you as a man. So like I said, my wife is my channel manager. She does my YouTube thumbnails. I know I'm kind of rehashing stuff, but I'm just trying to catch up the thoughts here. She handles my DeFi projects and these type of stuff. Mashallah, she does my cooking, my cleaning, whatever else. So I just come home and I can just focus on stuff like, bringing you guys content, working on new projects. And so I got another project that's got to add on here. I talked to a brother. He's a da'i. He's a well-known da'i. Inshallah, he and I are going to be working on a project. We're going to be throwing something together about polygyny. So it's going to have an actual bona fide brother, a bona fide student of knowledge backed up behind it. So it's 100% on point and correct. Inshallah. So all sorts of stuff that I always be working on. And then she did my book or whatever. So this is going to be another book. Inshallah, it's going to be a physical book. She'll probably end up doing that book also, doing the final touches on it. I just got to write it and all that stuff. So, bro, a woman, she could bring value to your life. But most women, I'm not saying that, you cornball. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What was I saying before this cornball started talking? You should hide your face. You shaved yourself. Yes, value. So she can bring value to your life in other ways. But a lot of women don't know how to articulate this, even though they might have that ability to actually do that for you, and so you have to kind of draw that out of them. What does she bring to the table? Because usually a woman can't answer that. She only thinks from a solipsistic perspective and point of view of what have you done for me lately? That old, I think, what was that girl's name, that singer? What have you done for me lately? I think it was Jennifer Lopez. I don't know who it was, but I remember back in the days when I was in high school, there was some song, "What have you done for me lately?" And yeah, that's how a lot of women think. And so what you want to do is if you want to find out what a woman has to offer you, generally you have to draw it out of them and see if they actually do have something to offer. A lot of times they do, but they're not clear about it. And a lot of times they don't, And so you have to, oh yeah, Janet Jackson, that's right. Ooh, that was bad. I said Jennifer Lopez. That was close. It was a J, Janet, Jennifer. This is the J girl. The girl with the J. I'm a music expert. Oh, I look like DJ Khaled here. I know like songs off the top of my head. Allah Akbar. Some people argue against Spubs and say Spubs is a Hizb. How would you respond? It's the Hizbul Haq. That's what I would say. They Hizbul Haq. They're the Hizb of truth. That's what I tell them. Yeah, they are Hizbul Haq. I don't argue with people about that stuff, man. It's like, all right, man. The people just calling to call Allah, call Rasul. That's what they're calling to. What kind of Hizb they on? Look at them. They don't call to themselves. You know what I mean? They call to the Book of Allah and the Sunnah, and they call people to listen to the scholars. They bring the scholars out to the West, in regularly in great numbers to come speak to the people. They don't even call to themselves. Anybody who says that about them is crazy. Oops. Are women only allowed to do home workouts, home gym, maybe jog outside, public, etc.? I mean, there's female gyms in the world. I know in London there was some female gyms. Out here that's like less popular. But if there's like an all girls gym, man, send her out to it. But generally it's like, yeah, you should have a workout program that she can do at home in the event that there isn't, a gym that she can go to that's, not mixed.
Give her treadmill.
Yeah. Treadmill, get her some, girly pink weights, and let her handle her business. Wives are the helpmates of the leader. Husbands are the leaders and the stewards of the marriage and the family. Yes, absolutely. And I can't remember who I took it from. It wasn't my statement, but I used it a lot. Relationships are like, it's like the husband is the general and the wives are the lieutenants, and so you refer back to your lieutenants, but ultimately the final decision is with the general, because he holds all the responsibility and all accountability. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. And that's just how it is. That's the burden of performance on a man. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. And that's how it is with a family. Your kid goes to school, punches another kid in the chin, breaks a window, does something, whatever else. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility because it's your kid. Your wife drives the car into a wall, gets a flat tire, whatever else, spends all the money. It ain't your fault. It is your responsibility. And so you have to take command of the situation. Now, ideally, hey, don't get any ideas over there. Ideally, you're a commander that doesn't allow stuff like that to happen. Excuse me, like we've seen right now. But, you have to see it like this. And so that's how you need to lead from the perspective of like, whatever this woman does, goofy or not goofy, it's not my fault, but it is my responsibility. And then that puts you in a proactive position in a relationship as opposed to a reactive one. And that's where you want to be. You don't want to be reacting to stuff, because the moment a woman finds out you're just reacting, you're just going to eat your lunch. She's going to eat your lunch. She's going to tear you to pieces. So you need to be proactive, not reactive. What? Don't give me that look over there. No. I got another pillow over here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, no more questions. So what was I talking about there? Adding value to your life. Yes, this, that, the other. So guys, just remember, you are the prize. You are the one who provides the most value to the relationship 90% of the time. And if you don't, then make sure you are one of those guys that provides value to the relationship. And then you get to dictate terms. And I was talking about this on Twitter. You got Germany full of guys who make good money, got good trades, good solid life plans, and they're letting a girl who rides the bus with drunkards and children dictate the terms of the relationships to them. And I just don't know how that happens. Don't be that guy. You're on Abuamerican channel. You're not going to be that guy. You're the prize. You're running the show. So absolutely run the show in all ways. And you dictate the terms of the relationship. Oh, you don't want to be a co-wife? Okay, fine. Well, what are you bringing to the table that you actually tell me I can't have a co-wife? Really? Because last time I checked, I'm paying this big maher, this big dowry. I'm paying for this wedding. I'm paying for like our honeymoon. And I'm doing this. And I'm paying the rent and the food and the electricity and whatever else. And now you're telling me what I can and can't do? Help me understand this, so make sure you understand that you are the prize here. Don't let them be fooling you and tricking you into thinking it's otherwise, because it's not. Okay, you're running the show. It's your show. It's the Abu Fulan show. It's your show. Whatever your name may be, Fulan means like whoever. That means any of you guys. It's the Abu I'm watching Abuamerican show. It's your show. It's your ride. It's your bus. There's only one driver, and that's you. Okay? What? That look. Devious look. These women, boy. They be thinking they slick. They be looking at you all like. You ever seen a cat when they look at like a little mouse running around, whatever else? You think I'm like a mouse foot over here? What's you confused, homie? No. What is wrong with you? Y'all got any more questions, man?
I'm just thinking that when you said when the wife spend your money, you're like, okay, give me. Give me a card.
I thought I was slick. See, I gave her one of my pads, and it's like every time I get paid with this online money, it like pops up on a pad. I didn't know she over here counting my money. I was like, how she know when to go shopping? Yeah, I was like, aha. And then I saw it one day, I was using the pad, and I was like, these emails popped up. You got money. I was like, this sneaky mofo right here. No. You know you a liar. You didn't know.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm your manager.
Oh, you're my manager now. Oh, okay. Mashallah. All right, barakallahu feek, guys. If there's no more questions, then I'm gonna call it a night. It's about an hour 20 minutes. Inshallah, our next show will be Blockchain Bros on Sunday. Actually, we don't have a topic for a Sunday show. We did H&S. We were talking about DeFi projects and permissible DeFi projects, I think. Oh yeah, what's the website and all that stuff again?
It's on my Twitter.
Okay, follow Crypto Fam. Sorry. Is it dash or under? Underscore. Hold on, let me put this. Follow at HNS underscore. Oh, darn it! This German keyboard underscore domain.
Yeah.
Or domains. Domain. Oh, we got it. We got a super chat here. Mashallah. Barakallahu feek. Give me 1 second. Follow HNS underscore domain over on Twitter. And we can help you. We got dot Abdullah. Yeah, in Arabic, in the Arabic language. We got dot Ibn and soon others. So that means you can be like Abuamerican dot Abdullah. You can literally, in the Arabic language, that can be your website. Abuamerican or Brother Grind, I'm going to get to you in a second. It could be like, let's say Abu Future Trunks dot Abdullah and the actual Arabic text of Abdullah. Or you could be, I'm just using As-Salafi, our brother here, As-Salafi dot Ibn, whatever else. So we can get you like that. You ain't got to be a .com anymore. We got you. Yeah, decentralized, unblockable. So Oh, okay, man. Brother Grind, Barakallah Feek for the $2 super chat. Shout out to Abuamerican, realest YouTuber out here, man. Jazakallah khair, man. Barakallah Feek. So yeah, guys, over on Twitter, follow that. We got that over here. My gangster wife can be creeping on my money. She runs that over there, and we can get you set up. I'm on that account also, so feel free to drop a message over there if you look for something like that. Yeah, top level domains, bros. That's right. We got Islamic top level domains on lock, Arabic language, and basic Western script. All right, how you do that? How do you get 2 free top level domains? Wait, where would he go? You got to next show. You got to tell me about this. Come on, the Blockchain Bros, and let me know about this, bro. All right, guys. Barakallahu feek. I'm out. This is your man, Abuamerican. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.